Hello everyone, thank you for coming up today. My old subscribers, thank you. And to those that are viewing for the first time or that have not subscribed, please click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. And to my new subscribers, thank you for subscribing. Please do not forget to hit on the like button. Guys, as we all know that there has been some crisis in the Warri Kingdom with regards to the Olu of Warri. It's brought up some issues, and at some point, the elected Olu was meant not to be on the throne, and later it was agreed that he will be on the throne. But now another information is coming up again, and this crisis rocking the Warri Kingdom over who will be the next Olu of Warri has even continued, and some members of the Ishekiri nation, led by billionaire businessman Ayiri Imami, are opposed to the crowning of Prince Sola Emiko as the 21st Olu of Warri. Up till now, it's not still being concluded. Meanwhile, following the death of Ogiame Ikenwoli in December 2020, the Council of Chiefs on April 5, 2021 picked Prince Sola, son of Ogiame Otuwate the second, the 19th Olu of Warri, as the next Olu designate. However, Sola's nomination has been greeted by stiff opposition from Ayiri and some others who argue that, according to the constitution of the Ishekiri nation, which is popularly referred to as the Edict, Prince Shola cannot be crowned king since his mom is from Yoruba land. And it's not been accepted that way. The mom has to be from Warri as well. So due to this contradiction, that is why some of the rulers of the Warri kingdom are opposing that Emiko can't take over the throne. Ayeri and others argue that, according to the edict, an Olu of Warri must have a mother who is either from Ishekiri or Edo State. And Shola's mother is from Ogun State in Nigeria. Ayeri and others argue that because of this reason, Shola cannot be enthroned as the next Olu of Warri. They argued that Oyowoli, the first son of the late Ogiame Ikenwoli, should be the one on the throne. He should be the one to ascend that particular throne. So you can see a whole lot is happening right now. However, his insistence on the edict has been widely opposed by a majority of the Ishekiris, who argue that the oracles have accepted Emiko and that he must be crowned king. And you know, when things are happening like this, a whole lot is usually involved because, you know, traditional rulers, it's not like other ruling seats, or it's not like other leadership that you just go and enthrone just like that, or it's done by like election, normal election. No, they have their rules, they have their own constitution, and it must be adhered to. Usually when all of these are not adhered to, it has consequences, and most times the consequences are very, very deadly. And that is why people are advised to be very careful to follow the constitution. And if you're not meant to be on the throne, don't struggle or fight for it, because at the end, most of them don't end up well at all. And in an interview with Arise TV this morning, the Ogwolusan of Warri Kingdom, that's Chief Brown Mene, said that the oracle during the selection process for the next Olu of Warri told the family that presented Oyowoli that he will die within a short period if he ascends the throne. So you can see that it's a throne that has to be taken over by someone that the oracle has accepted according to the Warri tradition. And if the oracle has not accepted anybody and the person sits on that throne, it doesn't end up in life, rather death. And these were the exact words from the Ogunwosalin of Warri Kingdom this morning from Arise TV. He said this: the screening to be done is not by an individual, not by a single chief in seclusion from others. The screening has to be done by the Olu Advisory Council, and it will be in the presence of the representatives of the families, as well as other nobles who will be there as observers, so it will be done in public. The last aspect of the screening includes the oracle, which is also done in such a way that you remove the need or room for any manipulation, because it is known that sometimes it could be manipulated. So first, you have more than one oracle priests. The family represents theirs, the chiefs will present theirs, and others who may want to will present theirs. And the situation is that you have 3 separate oracle priests, all ready to entertain and pose the same question to the spirits of ancestors. And it is most unlikely that all 3 will win in full view of all who are observing, says things that are contradictory and therefore that will preclude any possibility of there being any manipulation. This is what was done for Shola Emiko. It was done in public, not in privacy. They should have told us when was it that the man they have now put forward went through the oracles. And can they really, in all honesty, say that this man was not previously presented by the family? And the oracle told them point blank that if they will take Oyowoli, Oyowoli will die within a short time. They told them so. That was the reason why they put Oyowoli aside. Everybody knows this. Ayiri himself knows this. But they are lying to the whole world. Why will they do this if there isn't some peculiar interests? Interests that are not noble. Interests that are no longer altruistic. Interests that are no longer constructive and nation building. So these were the words that was actually coming from the Ogunwosalin of Warri Kingdom. And you can see here now there are consequences. And if someone has not been chosen by the oracle and he ascends the throne, death awaits the person. Right now, Shola Emiko is the one who is to ascend the throne. But they are saying no, some of the rulers are disagreeing with that and saying he should not ascend the throne at all. Instead, they argue that Oyowoli, the first son of the late Ogeme Ikenwoli, should be the one to ascend the throne. But another contradicting thing coming that why Oyowole cannot ascend the throne is because most of the activities that were carried on him were done in privacy. And they say usually they go through the oracles and it has to be in the public where everybody would see what is actually happening. You see how all of this throne can cause some certain problems, especially when you are not meant to be there. I think it would be better for whoever is not meant to be there should not enthrone the seat or should not ascend the throne, because doing that you're just calling death for yourself. And August 21st, 2021 is the date for the coronation of Shola Emiko. And it now lies in the hands of the court, as Ayiri has since filed a lawsuit before the Warri High Court seeking an order to stop Shola's coronation. And there are rumors that Oyowoli is currently observing the traditional rites as well in Sapele, and that he will be coronated by his supporters on 14th of August. Look at how more problems are coming up. This is something that should have been agreed on in a round table or something, I don't know. But having to bring up Oyowole after all the announcements, all the activities that were carried on Itola Emiko few months ago. If he was meant to take over the throne, he would have come out earlier, or rather, according to the Warri Kingdom rules and ethics or tradition, he should have been accepted by the oracle. And here they are now saying that the oracle has not appointed Oyowole to ascend the throne, and that if he does that, death awaits him in a very short period of time. I think this thing that has to do with tradition and ascending the throne, it should not be something that people should struggle with, or it should not be something that people should decide who and who, since they have their rules, regulations, and constitution as to the next sitting king should come in, or it should be adhered to very strictly. Because once you don't adhere to it, the consequences that come after it is not something that anyone can stop. And you know, when something has to do with the oracle accepting and appointing, and people go ahead fighting it, it has not ended up well at all. And again, the laid down tradition should be respected, irrespective of the fact that not everybody would accept to whatever the tradition has decided, and not everybody would accept to whoever has been picked to ascend the throne. That is bound to happen, but at the same time, they should not come out to contradict whatever has been accepted or widely agreed, because Emiko ascending the throne was agreed in the month of April, and that was when the whole thing was concluded. And at that time, Oyowoli did not even come out. Nobody even mentioned Oyowoli's name. So right now, all of a sudden, when the coronation is just in few weeks' time, he's now coming up that he would have his own coronation done on the 14th, while Emiko's coronation has been picked for 21st of August. So how is this going to turn out? That is another question, because it's so obvious that not all of the leaders in the Warri Kingdom has actually accepted to take up Emiko as the next. And not all of the leaders are even in support of Emiko for him to ascend the throne. Who knows how all of this will end? And from all indication here, they are saying that Emiko is the rightful person to ascend the throne. But they are going by the tradition and the rules. Don't expect everybody to go by the rules. Well, whatever happens, we'll definitely keep you updated. But from all indication, this doesn't look like something that is going to end well. This crisis has been on since December 2020, when the previous king had already passed away. And you know, when Ogiame Ikenwoli had passed away in 2020 December, a lot of people did not even know. People thought that he contracted the virus and he was in isolation, unknown to them that he was already dead, not until it was announced and people knew that he was late. And that is why some of the Council of Chiefs are saying that instead the late Ogiame Ikenwolu's son should ascend the throne. And that is his son. You can see his son is also appearing and dressed up like the upcoming king, that is Prince Emiko, who is the man who is meant to ascend the throne. Friends, what do you all think about this? This whole contradiction now coming up. Some people are in support of Prince Emiko ascending the throne, and some are arguing that instead that Oyowoli, the first son of the late Ogiame Ikenwoli, should be the one to ascend the throne. Please, if you have anything to say, you can put that down at the comment section. And looking, you can see that is Prince Emiko. He's almost dressed alike with the late Ogame's son, that's Oyowoli. However it turns out to be, I'll definitely keep my friends and Jews updated. I just hope they're able to resolve this before the date of the coronation. Imagine that two people are being coronated on the same month in disagreement and not in agreement. And whoever is not meant to be on that throne, whatever awaits the person, it's up to the person. So I think they should sit down and talk over this properly and come to a conclusion, because it has never happened before where there's a big disagreement like this in Warri Kingdom and two people are being coronated in the same month, ascending the same throne. So how will that look like? We can imagine what it will turn out to be. Well, like I said, I hope they're able to resolve this amicably so that one person should be the one whom the oracle, according to the Oyowoli of Warri Kingdom, had already said is the person who the oracle has chosen will be the one, and he said it is Prince Emiko that was chosen by the oracle that should ascend the throne. But right now it's been taken to court since some of the leaders are not in support, so as to get this settled once and for all. I think that's the best thing they have actually done right now, so as to take things the right way, and things should be done just the way it is meant to be done. If you ask sometimes, why should people struggle over the throne? Is it not something that should be done according to the rules and regulation, not according to what anybody thinks or feels? Well, however it's been done within the elders, best known to them. And I'm sure all of these leaders in Warri, the elders, and those that are in charge would want all of this to end up in peace, not in this crisis that has been off and on for quite some time now. Friends, thank you for coming up today. Please don't forget to hit on the like button. Also subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. Thank you. God bless you all.